Okay, so what we're going to try to do, because I don't have a GoPro with an external mic, so we're trying to use my cell phone. I'll sync it up later with the video. I don't know how well this is going to work, if it will work at all. And the mic's sticking too far out of the helmet, I think. Probably not going to be able to hear anything, but we'll give it a try. Okay, getting ready to head to Morro Bay. My mic is pulling. Here we go. Getting ready to head to Morro Bay for lunch. Gonna go to the brick house in Morro Bay and have a barbecue tri-tip sandwich. I can't even hear myself talk. I doubt that you're going to be able to hear the audio on here, but what the hell, we'll give it a try. What did I do yesterday? Okay, so I recently changed the clutch basket on the bike. I took out, when the bike had about 5,000 miles on it, actually it might have been like 4,000 miles on it, I had the spring plate that a crappy design Harley has with the spring plate in the clutch basket there, the clutch pack. Anyways, the brass rivets in there end up kind of dissolving, and that thing kind of blows up, and it's got these little steel clips, and it just falls apart and everything, kind of spinning around in there, tearing up the clutch hub and the clutch basket. Well, at the time I didn't have the money, so I went down to Road Rage motorcycle shop in Fresno, and what I was going to do was just kind of create my own extra plate clutch kit. And by doing so, I was just going to take out that spring plate and put in 2 steels and a friction, but it ended up the 2 friction plates on each side of the steel plate were destroyed. So I needed to take those 2 friction plates out, and then I had to take out the spring plate that blew up. So in the end, I needed to put back in 3 friction plates and 2 steel plates, and then kind of make my own clutch pack. I probably should have replaced the clutch basket and the hub and just had a whole new clutch kit. But I didn't have the money at the time. I called Harley and they wanted like $800–900 for that basket and hub, which was ridiculous. So I went ahead and went down to Road Rage because he said he had some individuals I could buy off him. And when I got down there and told the guy in my store, the owner was super cool. He went back in the shop and came out and he just gave me 3 friction and 2 steel. He said he had all kinds of them laying around because people upgrade their clutches all the time. I mean, the things looked almost brand new. I mic'd them and they were within specs of brand new ones. So that was super cool of guy down there, Road Rage. That was quite a while ago. That was probably 5 years ago. I'm assuming he's still in business. But yeah, I don't know. I moved. I don't live in Fresno anymore. I've been living over on the Central Coast now for 5 years. So anyways, I put that in there, and it actually works really well. Even with the kind of the minor damage to the inside of the hub and the basket, worked pretty good. It was a little rough shifting, so I put a Barnett 20% stronger than clutch plate in there, and that helped it. But then some of the problems over the years, and I found out from talking to a Harley tech that stronger spring and clutch spring in there tears up the bearings. The way, I guess, the way it's all designed is just puts a little more stress, especially on the clutch release bearing. I was having to replace the clutch release bearing about every 5–6,000 miles. So anyways, I did, when I got some money, probably a couple thousand miles past and this thing exploded, I ended up purchasing I found on eBay a Barnett clutch kit, extra plate clutch kit. So I went ahead and did put all brand new friction plates in there. I still had the stock steel plates, but it still had those kind of grooves worn in the basket and the hub. So over the years, I put about 40,000 on it now since all that happened. It's working just, actually probably 35,000. I got about 40,000 miles on the bike, and I put about 35,000 on it after I had that screen plate explode. So I'm always on eBay buying and selling shit, and I'll tell you a little tip if you have a Sportster to get some good deals. Go on eBay and search Sportster, but spell it wrong. Spell it S-P-O-R-S-T-E-R, Sportster, instead of S-O-P or S-P-O-R-T-S-T-E-R, the correct way. There's usually about 1,000 listings or so with Sportster spelled incorrectly. So what I do is usually a couple times a week I go in and search it. My stuff ending soonest on auction. I don't really need to buy it now for doing this trick because people are asking a certain price. But if you go on to the auctions, this basket I picked up usually goes for around a couple hundred. It's the clutch basket and the hub with the bearing in it. It was from a company that sells salvage motorcycle parts, and it's one of those companies that they'll post a picture of the bike from the accident. They'll show you the odometer and you know, kind of give you a rundown on the bike they took it off of. They buy bikes that are wrecked and then they part them out. But anyways, he spelled Sportster wrong, and he's starting to bid at $29.99. And another thing, when you go on to eBay, you look down at the bottom of the page, see how many views an item has. This item had like 2 views, and for the price of $29.99, I said the users go for a couple $100 used on eBay. I also have a sniper tool that bids at the last few seconds for me, so we're not driving up prices. So I had it set to just bid $29.99, 2 seconds for auction ends, and ended up winning the item. So I got it, and the bike it came off of was I think it was a 2013 or 2015, but the odometer only had a couple thousand miles on it, so it's basically a brand new, almost a brand new hub in the basket. One of the things I did use, because I already had it, I started getting a squeal when I would go to take off. I was letting off the clutch and taking off from the stop. I was getting a squeal that lasts like a second. It wasn't very long. It's kind of annoying. It sounded like I was peeling out. After you know, checking the chain adjustment, that wasn't it. I went onto some forums, and a couple different forums had stated it's a couple things. The chain was the most common, but that wasn't it with mine. The next thing was the clutch release bearing, not clutch release bearing, the actual hub bearing, the big bearing. So I had ordered one of those with the intent of changing it on my current basket, but never got around to it. So when the used one showed up, the used basket off of eBay, I went ahead and pressed that bearing out, pressed in the new one. The bearing was probably absolutely fine on the used basket I bought, but I was like, well, I got the new one, I might as well put the damn thing in there, so let it sit here. So I put that in there, and got my clutch off, the basket all ready to put in the bike. But before I did that, I wanted to give a try. I've seen several, and some of these posts, the Sportster forums, people that were running ATF. Man, that's got to be a pain in the ass. Get a motor. So, running ATF in the primary, in the transmission on the Sportster. Now, I know that's pretty common on some of the V-twins that have separate holes where they're not exchanging fluids in the primary of the transmission. Some other Harleys don't run the ATF in the primary for the clutch operation. I didn't really think it sounded like a good idea, but the majority of people on there were swearing by using the negative comments all said that they had never tried it, so I figured all these people swearing by it, I'd finally give it a whirl. But I wanted to do so before I got the new clutch pack installed. So I went ahead and I topped off drained the transmission primary out, filled it up in the inspection cover, put it all back together. Now the seals that I have on there, I just replaced all the seals probably a couple hundred miles ago. So all the seals and gaskets were new. I always replace the drain plug O-ring just because that gets tore up, probably because I tightened the other plug too much. But I went ahead and put the ATF in there and took it for a test ride just to see if I noticed any difference. And I was lagging probably for about 10 minutes and wasn't noticing any difference at all in the operation. Now I know that a lot of them claim they do it. I smell something burning. Hope it's not my bike. I smell something electrical. Hopefully it's a car in front of me or there's a motorhome back there. Anyways, I gave it a try. About 10 miles in, I was getting ready to actually hit up this road. I was going to go to Morro Bay and grab some lunch. So I get to just turn on to Morro Road, and I look down, and it's bleeding ATF. It's coming out pretty good. I mean, it ended up only being maybe 3 ounces when I got back home and poured it back into the oil pan and back into the container. But I had ATF all over my saddlebag on the left side, my kickstand, my foot peg, my shoes, all over the primary. So it started leaking. And there was one person on the forum who said he used it and he loved it, but he said that if your bike isn't leaking, it will leak after putting ATF in there, and that is the truth. So I got back home, drained out the ATF, and then it took 2 more oil changes to get all the ATF out of there. I filled it back up with 2050 V-twin Valvoline, just some cheap stuff to flush it out. And the first drain I did, it was still red. And then the second time I did it, it looked pretty normal. The oil looked regular. So I got all that out of there, took on a test drive, and what do you know? No leaks. Just switching the oil from ATF back to regular, it stopped leaking. This bike has never leaked a drop of oil until doing that. Although, I did have to put the old inspection cover gasket back on. Luckily, I had it sitting on my toolbox. I had bought a complete gasket kit for the primary, and it had all the O-rings and inspection gasket, primary gasket, all that. And the gasket from the ATF, it like warped it. It looked all bubbled and weird. And the O-rings on the inspection cover screws were hard as a rock. I thought that was weird. So what I did was I put the old ones back on and it wasn't leaking. Now before you say, oh, it was probably the gaskets you used, I had ran those gaskets for a couple hundred miles with Moto 1 synthetic 2050 that wasn't leaking. I just popped it off and changed with ATF and put them back on and started leaking. Now the original, I still had the stock gasket on this before I did that a few weeks ago. I put the stock gasket back on that's been on here for 40,000 miles, and it did fine. It wasn't leaking anymore. And I also used the old O-ring screws, or the old O-ring seals for the screws. So, and it stopped coming out the shift shaft. I was worried about having to replace that because I destroyed the old shift shaft seal trying to get the old one off. It like was melted in there. So I do still have the one in there right now that I was running the ATF with, and there's no leaks. So it's just kind of crazy that, for one, the ATF seemed to damage the seals and the gasket, the rubber that was on there, and it was leaking all over the place. And now I got, oh, it was also coming out the drain plug. I forgot. It looked like it was. It could have dripped down from the primary to the drain plug. but it looked like it was coming out of the drain plug. And say, once I got this one back together, I did put a new drain plug O-ring on there. I usually buy those in Kim Tax. Anytime that comes off, I always put a new one on. But anyways, so I had oil going all over the freaking place. Got all that cleaned up. And then I went ahead and put in the new basket. And lo and behold, no more squeal. And I actually think the squeal, my personal opinion, was a clutch pack. A lot of people in the forum said, oh, the clutch pack won't make a squeal when it starts to go, it'll just slip. But I do notice now they got this new clutch pack in here, man, it grabs, and it's grabbing good. It feels like a brand new bike again. So, I don't know if it was a bearing or not. I did take it out and I hooked up my chronometer up and spun the hub inside the basket. And it was almost the exact same as the brand new bearing. So I think the bearing was actually fine. I think it was just a clutch pack, had a lot of miles on it. And I also had that heavy duty 20% and stronger than the stock Barnett clutch spring, which I did change. I went to Rev something, and bought their 15% stronger. So it's not as bad as the, not as hard on it as the Barnett 20%. One thing I was able to do is to use that 20% clutch spring, I had to get an easy pull. When I first put that on there, I went for a test drive. I didn't make it a couple miles and my hand was cramping up. I don't know if any of you ever changed to a stiffer spring and then not use an easy pull. Man, it was a pain in the ass. But then when I took that off, went back to the 15, it was way too easy to pull. So I had to take the easy pull off. So now I just got the regular, there's no easy pull on it. The clutch pull feels great. It's operating perfect. So yeah, working good. And all I did though decide with the brand new clutch pack, I decided to switch to Harley's transmission Formula Plus fluid. And it seems to work good. It's one of the things I read on there in a Sportster forum said that the synthetic oil in your primary can actually cause some clutch slippage and some issues. I never did it first, but when I started having this squeal was right after I had that spring plate explode. And that's when I went to the extra plate, and probably it's about when I started using the Moto 2050 instead of keeping oil. So it might just be a coincidence, but that's where it all started. So now I'm running Harley's Formula Plus transmission fluid. It is kind of a pain because I can't just go pick it up at a hardware store here, or a auto parts store. The closest Harley dealer to me is in Santa Maria. That's about a 45-50 minute shot down 101. I do go back and forth from here to Fresno quite a bit. I have family that lives in Fresno. That's not too bad. That's only that's a couple hour drive, but I'm over there a lot more often. Actually, my pops brought me over a couple. We met Kettleman and had lunch a few weeks ago, and he brought me a couple quarts from Matthews in Fresno. Definitely cheaper that way. I looked online and it's almost twice the cost online, so you got to ship it, probably because it's hazardous material. But I think the cheapest I could find it online for was like $18 a quart. 18, 19. And I think if you go to Harley, I think it's only $8 or $9. With tax, the receipt was in there. It was less than $20 with tax for 2 quarts from Matthews. So that's a pretty good price. Actually, it might even be cheaper than the Moto 1 oil. I think the oil I was running there was actually, it was like $12 a quart. But it's operating great. Nothing leaking out. The inspection covers. I'll probably change it again here soon. I ordered some new gaskets because I thought that I didn't know if that old gasket was gonna heat. I thought it may leaking out and switching it back, but the old gasket holds it in there. But I did order some new inspection gasket, new O-rings and whatnot. I also ordered a new derby O-ring. I didn't take that back off. but I didn't order a new one. Those things are a pain to have to take them off one time to get them back in there to stay. A little trick I use, I don't know if it's good or bad on the O-ring, but for the derby cover O-ring, I put this little tab with like 4 spots of anti-seize. I tried motor oil, but that's not tacky enough. I use just a tad of the anti-seize on the primary, and then that's just tacky enough to get the O-ring to stay in place while I put the derby cover back on. I say someone will probably say, oh, you're just bad for this skill, but a little trick I've done, I've never had it leak. I usually replace that one probably every 5,000 or so, every other oil change, just because it gets you a pain, because the more times you take it off and try to reuse it, it's a pain. And since I had the ATF running through there, I decided to go ahead and order a couple more. So I'm not sure if that's gonna ATF got to that seal very much. It's gonna cause any issues. Oh, there's Morro Rock, or as what's that YouTuber Honda something? Damn, I can't remember his name now. He's gone Honda or something. He's a Texas, I think. He came out here and was riding with or his girlfriend at the time. And he was rolling up, he says, I'm sure it's got a name. I'm going to call it the Big Rock. There's the Morro Rock. Those are the old smokestacks from the power company, or I don't know, power something. Those that never ran since I was up here. I think I remember coming over to the coast as a kid and smoke was coming out those things, but I think they're out of commission. Actually, there was an article recently that they were looking at sell now to a power company that may put it back into use. I'm not sure how if it operated off of maybe power from the waves, or if it was a coal burning, or how it produced power. We also have El Diablo not too far from here. That's a nuclear power plant, but that's going to be decommissioned here sometime in the next decade. Never had any issues there. Actually, I work for the county, and I'm on their EMAD team. Their evacuation, monitoring, and contamination. We run 3 or 4 drills a year practicing what we did. We did have a meltdown. And we go out to the, what is it, Camp Roberts. And do our drills out there, practice, if we actually had a meltdown. Anyways, so I'm coming up on PCH here. I'm not going to hop on it though, because in my opinion, it's quicker just to take the road. By the time you wait and you get up and get on the one and go up 1 mile to get back on, actually, you know what? Scratch that, because I'm going to the next exit. So I will go ahead and hop on. It will be quicker to take the freeway. I'm used to taking the first exit to go down to the rock area, but actually where we're going, Brick House, we're going to take the second exit. I don't know what the heck the exit's called. I just know how to get there. I'm not very good with street names. Alright, this intersection here sucks. No one ever knows when to go. Try to run you over. Alright. Then we're going to hop on Highway 1. Nice bumpy road. I'm not thinking I would ride my bike on this bicycle place. I work in the Cascadero where, it would be kind of nice to have this ride every day. Right now my ride to work is 0.2 miles, which usually I walk because it's quicker to walk than it is to get my helmet and shit on and then get it all off and secure it when I get there. Takes me 4 minutes to walk from my door to my desk. Kind of nice. When I was trying to get on with the county, I had I was working graveyards in Cambria, and that was around 80 miles round trip. And typically I would take Highway 1, so I was getting to go up and down Pacific Coast Highway every day. Although I had to be there at 11, so I couldn't see shit at night. But in the morning, I got off at 7 o'clock. It was a nice view. All right, we're almost there. It is coming up. Brick house right next to the Popo station. Hopefully they're open. I think that's bad luck. I always come when they're closed. Looks like it's open. You know what? I'm gonna park across the street. I don't see a spot over there. Now hiring. I don't know. Looks kind of dark. Hopefully they're open. Alrighty. Oh, that is it for now, and we'll pick up on the way back. Okay, back to recording, and yep, it's going. Alright, party people. Get my shit on, get ready to head out. I think I'm gonna go down by, I call it Embarcadero or something. The road down by the water. Take a little cruise down there, then head back home. I can get my jacket zipped up. I don't know if you're hearing me or not. Alright. Don't see any oil. Alright, let's roll. As soon as the cars get out of my way. Here we go. And there's the big rock. Morro Rock. Getting our Sunday exercise in. Foster Freeze is still here. If any of y'all like Foster Freeze, I used to love getting their burritos when I was a kid. I know that sounds weird. Foster Freeze for a burrito, but it's like these little ones you buy at the store and they throw them in a deep fryer. For some reason I really like those. Nice day out at Mi Casa. That is a really good Mexican food place if you come to Morro Bay. It's a little more off the beaten path up here. Let's see, I've never been to that place. Oh, but I just filled up on Brick House Barbecue, and that was fucking delicious. There's a place my wife likes. Well, wait a minute. High Tide, oh yeah, Crabbable. They get those Crabbable things, they're alright. Suzuki. And Bank of America. Ooh, man, the waves look like they're crashing. We gotta go down a little further. I can see the waves crashing over the breakers from here. I don't know if you can see that well, but those rocks out behind those 3 flags in front of us, the waves are crashing up over those. There's some good waves going on right now. Maybe we'll roll out there. Yeah, stop. What was that? I heard somebody scream. Am I hearing things? Really? The guy back there is plugging his ears. It's a Sportster. It's not gonna hurt your ears. Yeah, there's the rocks. There's the waves coming up over. They're right there. I guess it took me about 25 minutes to get over here. Usually I can make it in under 20, but I had cars in front of me the whole way. I'm not saying I speed. Okay, I might speed, but definitely doesn't used to take me that long to get over here. I'm only 16 miles. Actually, you know what? We moved. We're a couple more miles away. Used to be just under 16 miles from my driveway to the rock. I forgot we moved further into town. So we're a little bit further away from Morro Road now. Giovanni's, yeah, they're alright. I'm not a big seafood fan. You know, I live by the ocean, that's not, I guess. Maybe we're just tired of it. Another wonderful intersection where people don't know how to take turns. I don't know if there's any real RV parking down there. You might have a fun time turning around. Well, I guess you go off in the dirt lot, it's pretty big. Okay, so let's see. Dodge goes, that Dodge goes. Now it should be my turn if people would nope. I hear a horn. I don't think that's a car horn. I think that was a boat. I need to find what kind of horn that is and put it on here. That'd be cool. Ah, shit. Gas lights on. Ah, we can make it back home. It's like $1 more a gallon here. And I do like to run Chevron in it. But no, I'm not one of those dumbasses that run higher octane because they think it's better fuel. But there's plenty of research out there. I'm not going to go into it now, but you're not getting any benefit by running high octane fuel in an engine that doesn't require it. You're not running high compression engine, you're wasting your fucking money. But I do like to run Chevron in it. Maybe there's no difference, but I had a performance part put on a Chevy truck probably a decade ago, and they only warranted their supercharger if you ran Moto or Chevron. You would avoid the warranty if you used another brand, and supposedly they had a test to tell. So I figured, well shit man, there must be some good gas that they're saying we're not going to warranty your product if you don't put this in here. Although maybe it was just they could get out of warranty in their product, because there's always times you're going to have to get gas elsewhere if you have a preference, because it's just not always available. That is, unless you want to push it. Especially, well, actually I put a bigger tank on. One of the first things I did to this, besides putting a touring saddle on, yeah, he has a stop sign, you should go, but hey, he's on a bike, he should be obeying our laws. See, stop, right there, stop. Speaking of that, I almost got a ticket for running a stop sign on a bicycle when I was a kid. I was in my early 20s. Cruised through a stop sign by my house, a residential area, nobody around. A cop pulled me over, lectured me and said, you can get a ticket for running a stop sign on a bicycle. And you can also get a ticket if you can speed. He said, you have to obey all the traffic laws on a bicycle just as you would if you were in a car. But hey, I'm getting off topic. There's the big fucking rock, or Morro rock. I'm not gonna go off in the dirt. I don't feel like playing bumpkin Bronco right now. I mean, this guy's stopping for everybody. Oh, I thought he was stopping for them. Run, Grandpa, run! Just kidding, don't run. I want you to break a hip. Alright. There's the parking area, the bigger one. Oh, there's a shitload of cars here. I think I might just turn around in a second and head back. I don't like a lot of cars and a lot of people. Oh, it's Sunday, that's why. One thing about living here, you gotta deal with all that damn tourists. Oh, it's not even, it's closed. I thought you could drive up further. I wonder if that's a recent change. Alright, let's see. Let's make a tight turn without putting my feet down. Oh, nope. Gotta put your foot down. I was trying to stay out of the dirt. Although I don't know why it matters. My bike's pretty dirty right now. Okay. This is some sandy stuff. I'm riding on ice. That doesn't look like fun. Get something with a motor. Put a motor in it. Not too up. Alright, welcome to Morro Bay. Goodbye, Morro Bay. We're gonna head back home now. Yeah, just too many fucking people. I have to come down here when no one's down here. And it's getting to be that time. It's the first weekend I think it hasn't rained in forever. So everyone's coming out to the beach. Let's see, maybe it might not have rained last Sunday, I don't know. I know it didn't rain on Saturday because I rode to Kettleman and had lunch with my pops. He rode halfway from Fresno. We met up there and had lunch at, what's that place? Bravo Farms, I think. Pretty good. Not the best, but it's either that or like Taco Bell, Jack in the Crack, Mickey D's, Denny's. Not a lot of options in Kettleman. A lot of fast food. There's a Starbucks there, although I'm not a big Starbucks fan. I used to love Starbucks. I used to go a couple times a day, and one day my bank started itemizing my charges on my statement, and it broke it all down by place, and I saw how much I was spending at Starbucks and thought, that's crazy. So then I started spending it on Monsters. Although I have recently stopped drinking Monsters too. Now I'm using something kind of like the Spark energy drink, supposed to be healthier for you. Got the BCAAs or BACCs, some alphabet soup with amino acids and stuff. Supposed to be better for you. So no more Monsters. Well, sometimes. If I'm working and I'm not going to be near my home, I say if I have to go to one of the other remote offices, I'll usually bring my drink in the morning with me that I make at home, and then when I get there I'll end up buying a Monster because I don't like carrying the powder with me and mixing all that shit. Plus you can't find ice. I don't know how do we get up on energy drinks. When we first came to move here, we were kind of crazy. We actually told people that my wife had a job and she actually didn't yet. She was in the interviewing process for the county, and come on lady, she was pretty sure she was gonna get it, but we were trying to find a place to live when we came here to stay, and she had a nervous breakdown. She was freaking out. Mainly because we couldn't find a place. She was absolutely positive she would get the job, but we could not find a place to live. I don't know if you're familiar with California, you know, you see those funny memes on the internet about cost of living. You'll see a shack that says, oh, it's $2,000 a month, and that's like seriously how it is. It is ridiculous. We did end up getting an apartment until we bought the condo we're in now. But we paid, what was it? It was like $1,500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. That was more than our mortgage for a 2,000 square foot. That was more than our monthly mortgage payment for a 2,000 plus square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a nice big yard in Fresno. And it's just crazy how much it is here. What we paid for our condo here, we could have bought a fat ass, nice house in Fresno. But then you're in Fresno. You're not here. I mean, it's pretty beautiful here. And it's nice when you're like, oh, I just want to run over to Morro Bay and grab a sandwich like I just did, you know? Quick 20-minute, give or take, bike ride depending on traffic, and I'm at the beach. Oh, Morro Bay Fire Department. I thought oh no, that was Cayucas. They're county run now. Just Morro Bay still has a fire department. They actually have a police department here too, which is kind of crazy. It's so small, but I think there was talk a while back about the city unincorporating here and be taken back over by the county, but I think it got voted down. There's a Chevron, but I'm gonna make it back home. We only got, let's see, from this point right here, it's like 16 miles to the gas station, and I think the gas light just came on. I'm not positive, so we'll find out. It looks like it's gonna be a slow ride again. Lots of traffic. Not a lot of good spots. Actually, there is, on the way back, there is some decent passing spots. Typically, I just cruise and take my time. See, I'm not really big on hauling ass through here. Mainly because there's a couple spots for CHP hide. Maybe it's had a radar detector. I don't know though. I remember getting pulled over once and my radar detector in my car didn't go off, and the cop's like, yeah, it's because it's not turned on until I pull the trigger. By the time I pull the trigger and sets off your radar detector, I've already got your speed locked in. So I'm like, well, this fucking waste. You know what works good now though? I need to get a mount. One of those, what do you call it? Oh, what the hell are they? Some mount. RAM mount. There you go, RAM mount. And put my cell phone on there, because you know, it helps me more than a radar detector ever did. Was Waze, the app, W-A-Z-E, Whiskey Alpha Zulu Echo. That is really cool. It's kind of crowdsourced, whatever you call it, how they get their info. So if someone sees a cop and they report it to Waze, and you're on that same road, it'll be like, hey, heads up, mile off the road, cop. And it'll say which side of the road he's on, whether he's visible or not. I have used Waze on my bike without the mount. I just turn it on and stick it in my pocket, put my headphones in, my earbuds, and I can hear, you know, it'll give me alerts then. But I want to get a RAM on here. I put this USB thing here, which is kind of nice, although I don't really have anything to charge. I haven't been on a ride in a while where my phone would have died on the ride. Actually, I don't know if I've ever been on a ride where my phone would have died on the ride. Although, I also have a navigation system. One of those like Garmin or something. I've heard those are a little better on the bike because they're not as susceptible to sunlight. I know I have left my bike, you know, or my bike. I've been outside, like on my phone, a picnic table for 30 minutes in direct sunlight, coming out of the screen, it's all messed up. So I don't know how that would be with your cell phone. I mean, I know all kinds of people do it, you see it on YouTube, but maybe they're not going that far. I haven't really been going on. All my family and friends back in Fresno, so I haven't really taken that long a ride from Fresno and back, which is, seems like about 125, 130 miles to go to Fresno. There's an avocado farm, do some avocados, make some guacamole. Oh, anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the mountain. So I do plan on putting one on here, I'm not sure. Maybe shorter rides, so I can keep myself on the longer rides with the garden and all that. Also a new motorcycle app, kind of cool. Seems like it's catching on. But I can tell by looking where everyone lives on it that they're just promoting it, I think, in certain areas, geographical areas. But it's called Tonic. I think that's it. T-O-N-I-C. Tonic. Tango, Oscar, November, India, Tango. It's a motorcycle social media app. I'm actually trying out a feature on it right now where I hit start ride. I don't know what it does when I finish the ride. I don't know if it like posts it to my page or what it does. I'll figure that out. It is kind of cool. I had made a comment that, you know, it'd be nice to post videos. Right now, some of the pictures, it's really in its early stages. Like you can't zoom in on photos. I think you can like them and comment, that's it. Only post one photo at a time. You can't post a couple photos, no video. Anyways, I made a comment that it'd be nice if you post a video on YouTube, and on it, administrator commented that it's coming in the future. This is actually still the beta stage. But I believe anyone can go down to the Google Play Store, the iTunes, or the iPhone, and put it on it. It's kind of cool. Got all kinds of, it's really all kinds of riders. You know, it's not like this cruisers, it's just like rockets, or I call them, like to have one back in the day. But, dude, I kill myself when I was younger. It's kind of fun to get a sport bike now. Now that I have a little bit of control over my testosterone. When I was younger, I feel like people did. You know, I had friends die. Stepbrother was in the hospital for like a month, blood coming out of his legs and his arms. Just kind of like, you know what? I'm not responsible enough when I was in my late teens to have something like that. So I got rid of it. I love cruising though. I'm not in a hurry to get nowhere. Sometimes it's fun to kind of get on it. I like Harleys. And I really like the Sportster. You know, I've ridden on bigger bikes. I know a lot of people give shit. Get a real bike, get a big bike. You know, Sportster's small, it's a girl's bike. But Worcester is pretty fucking fun, especially in traffic. I think, try to take a street light or something and lane split around here where the roads are already narrow as it is. You can't do it without breaking mirrors and hitting your face and shit. So for what I'm doing, you know, it's my daily driver going to work and back, because my work's not that far. Sometimes I gotta go into San Francisco. But it's just my easier lane split and just the maneuverability too, the handling. You know, some of those bigger bikes, I don't know, to me it doesn't seem like a corner as well. Although this one, corners great to a certain extent. Another reason I do not like the low model, I've got about half a kickstand left. Half of it's ground down. Maybe when I got the bike later, I'll show you. You could Google the image of a regular kickstand and see what it looks like. You see about half the bottom of mine is just gone. I'm on my third lower muffler. I've got, I don't know how many steps. Actually, I need to change the screws on it now. The problem is, this thing, you can't lean that far. You lean over too far, and the kickstand and the lower muffler just drag. Although I've had people ride behind me at night on this road, and they said, "Oh, that's fucking cool. How do you get those sparks to fly up when you're going around the corners?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm dragging my bike." I don't think you want that to happen. So I really try to avoid it, because it can be a bitch to get those muffler bolts out when they're half gone. Maybe if I remember when I get back, I'll get down there with the GoPro and kind of show you what I'm talking about. But see, this is what makes this trip longer, and it gets stuck behind cars. Like, come on guys, you're only going 40, it's like 50. Okay, it says the corner's 35 here, but the rest of the way is 55 in here. And if I can do 55 the whole way on my bike, you sure as hell can do 55 in your car, because cars in the corner in here better than I can, especially all these damn bumps. Oh, another 35. Yeah, that's a little slow. You can do a 45, 50. Alright, got water flowing in the creek to my right. I don't know if I got a glimpse of it on the camera or not. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it on the camera. You can see it on the GoPro. Alright, cruising. Yeah, I really hate getting stuff behind people. And now that to this point, there's only one more passing spot, and it's like the same 50-50. It's like 1 out of 4 times there'll be no traffic I can pass. This is a real short passing spot. Nope, this ain't it. It's up a little bit further. See, I don't really like to haul ass too much on this road. My wife actually got a ticket on here in her car not too long ago. See, there's so many places for the cops to hide, you can't see them. And they like to get a ticket here. It's funny, right after she did, I got pulled over by a cop for making an illegal turn. And she was kind of chewing me out, getting all pissed. And the cop heard the way my wife was talking to me, I think, and yelled at me. So they came back and let me out with a warning. I think it was in sympathy. And that pissed my wife off even more, because she got a ticket and I didn't. It's been a month or so, it went better. Actually, last time I got a ticket was probably 10 years ago. I got 3 of them in 1 month. And then was in there in a car, started using cruise control in the car, and you know what? I haven't got a ticket since. I don't have cruise control on here. I don't even have throttle lock. I changed the grip and forgot to put the thing back in there, which I never use throttle lock anyway. It's kind of pointless to me. Especially around here, too much up and down. You try to use the throttle lock. If it was like a nice flat open road, it might kind of work. So, gotta remember to get gas too when I get back. Maybe I'll get gas later. Yeah, I'll probably get gas later. And I know we can make it home. First and that my track dip sandwich and my coleslaw. I'm weird, I like coleslaw. They don't have fries there. I might have got fries. They got coleslaw, beans, cornbread, garlic bread. That's about it for the size, or chips. But actually, I really like coleslaw myself. It can be a toss-up between that and french fries. I think it's because they don't have a deep fryer there. So there's no, in fact, you put it over and keep it up. That's all. Oh yeah, the Brick House Barbecue in Morro Bay. Well, probably my favorite place to barbecue around here. There's a couple other places, and they're always so hit and miss on the quality of meat. Like there's I can't remember what it's called in San Luis, it's like Doghouse or something. And the first time we went it was okay. We decided to give it another try. It sucked. It was just nasty, fat, nasty fried good. Couldn't even eat it. We didn't go back for probably a year or so. Then the other night, my wife and I were down in Slow, I think it was a Friday or Saturday night. Everywhere was packed. So we decided, well, let's give it another try. I mean, they were packed too, but the wine was pretty quick. And then it was bomb. It was excellent. It was like crazy. But Brick House was always real consistent. It's kind of funny with my wife. She's not a big barbecue fan. And I always want to go to Brick House. I can never get her to go with me. I wanted to go to Clavable, that place that we passed earlier after we left, and they were out of bananas. And, you know, she wasn't having it. She needed her bananas. So we went to Brick House. She was in a shitty mood. She really didn't want to go there, but you know, she always saying no. So she finally gave in. After she had it, she's like, "Oh my God, this is my favorite. Can't believe it. I hadn't tried it before." So she really, really liked it. And that says like she's not a big barbecue tri-tip sandwich kind of person. Man, why are we going so slow? Well, someone else is pulling over. That's the other thing about doing this on the weekend. So many damn tourists that are familiar with the area and they drive like shit. Oh, it can be annoying. This road is so bumpy. I don't know if you can tell that camera, but it's like a little something else. They have repaired parts of the road like here. I don't know why they just don't do the whole damn thing. Now the roads in South California suck too if you're not in California, which is crazy because we already pay the highest gas tax there is in the country. And then they just raised it again recently saying they need more to fix it, and they're still not fixing it. In fact, this is probably actually a county road. I think last time I was out here, a county road was looking at this. But a while back there, I had a friend die out of Discovery Bay, a motorcycle crash, and we had a memorial ride for him. And I rode from here, first I rode up to the crash site. It was in between Discovery Bay and Stockton. And then I went over to Merced. I think it was Merced, because the memorial ride was going to be in Merced. And I went up I-5 on my bike, and oh my God, I thought I was going to bend my rim. It was just, I hadn't been on I-5 in a long time going north. They're doing a lot of repairs south of here on I-5. It was just nothing but. It was crazy. Actually, I just went up that way too for work in my wife's Honda. And I was feeling it now. It's a 2018 Honda Accord. You know, good suspension, but it was beating the hell out of me going up there in the car. It's crazy. Keep raising taxes, but he's fixing the damn road. So it's like, where's the money going? Fix the road. This is nice and smooth now here. This is one of those sections they redid. There's also this road, when we get back into Atascadero, if you go straight on this road, it takes you through some kind of foothills out to Highway 46. And they did a lot of repairs there too. It's kind of nice. If you've got a sport bike, that little section is fun to haul ass through. But it's fun on this. I can't get the turns too tight, but it's fun racing through there. I mean, riding, you're not really racing. None of us can break the at least this guy here is going to be probably going about 10 over. But that's like perfect, this road. About 65 good on this road. I know it's 65. Actually, can drop down to 45 in just a second. When you get back into town, it's even worse. Atascadero PD, if any of you were from Clovis, I grew up in Clovis, California, and they got way more cops than they need. They got nothing to do with like similar here. The population of Cascadero, I think, is only 30,000. But if there's ever an incident, you'll see 6 or 7 of the patrol cars. It's like, really? They have that many on at one time? I mean, the stretch of road for Cascadero, I don't know, Cascadero is probably about maybe 10 miles long. That's probably pushing it. And I think the population is only 30,000, but I'm not positive on the population. I'm gonna take a side road back over here. Not completely positive, but it's not that many. So they love giving tickets there. You know, it's weird, I haven't seen them the last couple of days, but usually every time I go somewhere, I'll see one sitting with his radar gun out. Okay, I see tail lights there. If he's just sitting. Right, back out. Just my son was elementary school, and now he's a junior high. Oh, it was a pain in the butt picking him up after school here. Nowhere to park. That little spot right there for hundreds of little kids. And I can go up here, there's no place to pull over. Usually I'm on the bike, and it's easy to squeeze in between 2 cars. But if I ever picked them up in a car, I was usually parking far away. Or get here like a half hour before school gets out, and then you can get a spot that's kind of close. That's like the thing. So this is Santa Rosa Road. This is kind of back. I'd love to own a house out here, but Jesus Christ, it's like 500 grand at least. That would cost like $1 million. Our little condo was like, what was it? It was 3 something. I forgot now. I think it was like 330. Just to me, it's just crazy that amount of money for, it's like, I don't know, 1,100 square feet, 1.5 bath, 2 bedroom. It's just, I don't know, hard to get used to after living in Fresno, where this place, fixing it now, probably would have been $100,000 at that. But hey, it's here. So I gotta keep reminding myself. Really close to the beach, really close to Highway 101. Got nice roads here. Well, they're not necessarily nice, but I'd say nice views, the scenery on the roads. The roads sometimes suck. There's another school coming up here. You gotta know the roads. I've lived here for 5 years, but I always get lost over here. I don't know the roads too well. Santa Rosa, okay. I think this one goes down right to my work. A little bit of sand on the road there. Well, clutch is feeling great after doing that replacement. I think that's how we started out the ride with, talking about that. Run, girl, run! Some exercise in. But yeah, it's shifting great. I didn't see any oil leaking back at the sandwich shop. You're gonna wait for me, right? You're not gonna make a left in front of me. Oh, but yeah, it was operating great. Really glad I finally got to do that. The wife and kids out of town, so I spent time out in the garage tinkering with that. Actually, I made another video when I was working on it. I had a few to drink, which I probably don't recommend working on your bike when you're a little inebriated. They can end up making things hotter than they need to be. Okay, we're at home. I hate this turn lane because a lot of people get in it to turn to the post office right here. And a lot of people coming out of the post office will use this lane to merge. And I've had them where they come out of the exit over there and they're coming this way. And they get in the center lane here and try to merge, and they're not looking straight. They're looking back over their shoulder. And I've had more than once, I've almost had head-on collisions on my bike waiting to turn because idiots are looking over their shoulder trying to speed up and merge into traffic, which I don't think is that really legally a turn lane? I don't think so. I could be wrong. Alrighty. Well, let's get down and see if we're seeing the oil. I don't think so. Looks pretty fucking good. Sweet. Oh, it's a saw. I thought it was like a squealing lamb or something over there. Alright. Oh, Now I gotta figure out how to edit this video and merge the audio that I did with it. See if it even was recording. Maybe I was talking to myself the whole time. I forgot my damn password. Don't look. You can't know my password. I think I punched it in. Okay, that's right. I recently changed to keep my kid off there. What did I see? Oh, looks like I was recording. Okay, peace out.